This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Right, hope you're all having a great day. Now, there's an article here, and I'll put it in the description box, so go give it a read once you've finished with this video here, where Anthony Joshua is shocked. He's baffled as to why Deontay Wilder would have turned down $100 million to fight him on DAZN. Bearing in mind, the offer that DAZN gave Wilder was $20 million to fight Dominic Brazil, and then back-to-back fights with Anthony Joshua. So Wilder, he would have got $120 million, plus the legacy that he keeps talking about, and Undisputed. But he didn't take the fight. So Anthony Joshua is not quite understanding why, much like the rest of us. Anyway, this is what Anthony Joshua had to say. That wasn't an email from Wilder, it was a real contract offer from a broadcaster offering Wilder the chance to fight on DAZN. A contract offering him a chance to fight on his own, one warm-up, and then me. And he could have fought me straight away if he wanted. There was that option. It's baffling why he didn't take it after all that talk. I don't think it's Wilder, I think it's the people around him. It should have been spoken of more. I feel like I get made an example of. Joshua's ducking and dodging and doing this, but if he does the same thing, it is what it is. I'd rather have the biggest fights now rather than later. I don't know what it is that they're all waiting for. They're coming to the end of their careers. The longer they leave it, and I don't think either of them are going to get much better, it'll be worse for them. I'm not the finished article yet. I'm still improving, working on my skills, getting better all the time. I can't understand why Wilder won't fight. It's not like I'm offering to fight because I think it's easy. I want to challenge myself against the best. It's an opportunity to fight for all the belts. What more is there than that? If it were me, 5 years from now, and I had the opportunity to become undisputed, where else am I going to go? Anthony Joshua's statement. So, what's he saying here? Basically, he's saying that Wilder on 42 fights, he should be chomping at the bit for this opportunity for Undisputed. After this amount of many fights, he should have already peaked. He ain't going to get no better. If anything, he's going to start to get worse, which we have seen it at times. And when an opportunity like this comes knocking on the door, bearing in mind, when you're getting paid hardly anything at all compared to what maybe Joshua and that's getting, surely you should want what Joshua has. The belts, the money, the fame, the adulation, the respect, everything. But Wilder's not interested in doing it. But as Joshua said there, maybe it's not Wilder himself, maybe it's his team, which I've said this countless times. And a lot of people say, no, it's Shelly Finkel. Of course Shelly Finkel wants to fight. Of course Al Heyman wants to fight. Why wouldn't they want to fight? It's Undisputed. It's because of Anthony Joshua. He doesn't want to fight. Eddie Hearn, he doesn't want to fight. I mean, have you ever heard of anything such with just pure stupidity? Joshua, Eddie Hearn offers Wilder mega money. Way more money than he's ever been offered in himself. Bearing in mind, Wilder has always said it's about legacy. It's not about money. When a champion calls your name, you rise to the challenge. I don't care about the money. Give me the fight. Undisputed. One name, one champion, one face, etc. I promise my fans. I love my fans. Then he's offered huge deals, and there all seems to be an excuse after excuse. And for me, I've been saying that I don't know whether or not it's Wilder himself. I'm kind of leading towards that, yes, it is as well. Or he's quite happy for his team to not make the fight, i.e. Shelly Finkel. What's the latest thing with Shelly Finkel? He pretty much said what I've been saying for a long time, that this fight depends on Shelly Finkel. The fight didn't happen because Shelly Finkel was unhappy Eddie Hearn called him Shelly Winkle. So he let a personal feeling stop the fight from happening. But the latest one is that Shelly Finkel, as I've said to you guys in previous videos, and I'll put the articles in there as well, where Shelly Finkel has said that he's building a good relationship with John Skipper, who is the head operator at DAZN. So once these two have a good relationship, then the fight will be made. This is Shelly Finkel's own word. So what he's telling you is everything is based on his feelings. It's got nothing to do with Wilder. It's not for the best interest of his client. Let me put this to you another way, people. Wilder fans, listen to me, okay? I know you guys don't like it. You guys want to live in the bubble of everything's perfect with Wilder and it's Joshua's team. That's a problem. But listen to this question, and please answer this question. What would your reaction be if Eddie Hearn said, well, I'm not going to make Joshua versus Wilder. even though Wilder and Shelly Finkel will be making loads of offers and whatever, I'm not going to make the offer because I don't like Shelly Finkel. Because me and Shelly Finkel, we don't have a good relationship. What's your answer going to be? Your reaction will be exactly the same as my reaction when I'm looking at Shelly Finkel, like saying, what difference does it make? Who cares whether or not you like Eddie Hearn or whether you don't? Who cares whether or not you like John Skipper of DAZN or you don't? It's not about you. It was never about you. It's about Wilder. It's about Joshua. You work for your client. But his fans don't react to that. It's baffling to me. It's really, really strange. And what Joshua was saying here is absolutely correct. Wilder is coming towards the end of his career. He's not in his prime anymore. Arguably, you could say that it's taken him 45 to hit some kind of prime, which is terrible, really. He's like the kid who's always left behind in school. He's having to repeat the year. But this is his own doing. This is his own team's doing. He should have fought better opposition when he had the opportunity. Not have his manager like Shelly Finkel saying, well, no, he's not ready for a undisputed fight or unification fight against Vladimir Klitschko. He's not ready. He's still a baby, he's still a prospect. This is what Shelly Finkel said. When he won the title, he had 33 fights and he was world champion, but he wasn't ready. But his fans don't talk about that. But Joshua, who's had 22 fights, he has to be ready, but Wilder didn't have to be on 33. And as Joshua was saying, as I've said before as well, Joshua is still learning. Yes, Joshua's got his haters. Every fighter has their haters. Everybody rides with certain fighters, and it just is what it is. It's sport. But for me, when you're British, why are you permanently trying to throw like Joshua under the bus? Why is it that you can't see that it's Joshua who's trying to make the fight? How can you not see that? There's too many UK-based channels. Well, I don't care about this. I don't care about it. I just want to see the fight. Well, you don't just want to see the fight. Otherwise, you'd be pointing out the obvious, wouldn't you? That is Team Wilder that don't want it. They turned down $100 million to fight Anthony Joshua. As Joshua said right there, it wasn't no offer coming from an email like Wilder did. 50 million in the bag. He got 24 hours to accept it. Okay, what's the terms? Well, we're not going to tell you. Okay, well, can I have a minute to talk about it? No. So what is it you want me to do for this 50 million? Do you want me to wear a tutu? Do you want me to put my hands behind my back? What's in the contract? Well, it doesn't matter. You have to accept the deal. It doesn't make sense. It makes no sense. And as it turned out, the 50 million was coming from BT Sport. Again, proved that they didn't want the fight. But the Wilder fans don't understand that. You need to live in the reality. Joshua is saying, I've had 22 fights. I'm ready. Why is Wilder not ready after 42 fights? Why is he not ready? Why is he not taking this mammoth deal? Why is he going to go fight Luis Ortiz next in a fight that he's already fought a year ago? When the opportunity is there, you should be taking it. Don't worry about what it is that I'm getting. Look at what you're getting. You're getting $100 million. You could have fought Dominic Brazil for $20 million. Then fought Joshua back to back. One home, one abroad. But again, that's not good enough. But Wilder's saying that he wants 50-50. He wants exactly what it is that Joshua's got. How does that even work? How does it even work? Is it my business, your business? No, not really. But this is why fights don't happen. Joshua's had half the fights and he's got 3 of the belts. He fills out arenas and stadiums. He smashes the pay-per-view numbers. Wilder doesn't even hit 1 million on free TV. Let me say that again. Free TV. Yes, you've got to pay a subscription to Showtime, much like we have to pay a subscription on Sky Sports. If it's pay-per-view, we have to pay a bit more. But Wilder's fight against Brazil was not on pay-per-view. It was free TV. Couldn't even get past 800,000. You need to try and get streams to try and top up the number, to try and make it look good. But even then, it still didn't get past 1 million. He sold 6,000 tickets. Sold. There were 13,000 people in the arena. As I was told before by somebody who's actually there, they were using a company called Theatre Mania. In other words, you pay money for these guys to come in and sit in empty seats to make it look better. How is this guy worth 50-50? Not only does Wilder want 50-50, well, he doesn't want 50-50 because he's already said, I ain't taking the fight. But he's running around saying 50-50, whereas before it was 40% I'll take. And see, he's always changing the goalpost. But Then it goes from, well, on 50-50, and Joshua's going to have to fight in America too. So why does Joshua have to concede? Why is it the Wilder fans all talk about how Joshua has to do this? Joshua has to do that. But nobody's saying, well, Wilder should do this. This is a huge opportunity for him. What's the problem? Well, we know what the problem is. Shelly Finkel is the problem. Clearly. Because everything depends on his feelings. But his fans wouldn't dare say a peep about it. It is what it is. Anyway, the article is in the description box. As I said, go give it a read for yourself. And he doesn't understand why Wilder isn't taking this kind of money. Where else is he going to make this kind of money? Even that 20 million that he was offered to fight Dominic Brazil is over double what he was paid by Showtime. Over double. Probably 3-4 times the amount. I don't know. But he didn't have to take that. He could have fought Joshua straight away. Didn't want to do it. Didn't want to do it. In fact, he'd rather go fight Luis Ortiz. Come on now. Is it not obvious yet? Anyway, drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, and of course subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.